Now your pixel is going to show. If you have multiple pixels, just select the pixel that is installed on your website. This is the pixel installed on my website, and it's the only pixel I have, so I'll just leave it. Now you will now come here to events. Under events, oh my god, I just forgot something. All right. Let me increase this. Okay, so I think this is much better. So you can now come down here to events, and then under events, you will see you can target, you want to maybe create a custom audience of all website visitors. So anybody who has landed on any place in your website, they will come inside that custom audience. Now, if you don't want the whole website, where you sell multiple products, you have different pages, you can come here and target or create a custom audience of people who have visited a specific page on your website, right? Apart from that, you could come here and create a custom audience of people who have spent time on your website. So this is let me explain how cool this can be. Of course, a lot of people can come to your website, and let's say you're selling something, and they just check it for like 5 minutes and of the time, right? They just check it for like maybe 5 seconds. They didn't really stay on that website, right? They didn't really stay on that website. So you could actually pick people who spent at least 25% of the time on that website, right? You want people who spend 25% of the time. So these people, the more time somebody spends on your website, the more likely they are to buy something. So if somebody has spent 25% of the time on your website, it basically means this person is more likely to buy something or more likely to take an action than somebody who spends, say, 5% of the time, right? 5% of the time. So you could also do this. This is another way to target. Then another important thing I want to say before I come back here, or before we do that, you could also come here and target people. You see, people who visited specific web pages. So you could come here and copy the link of your page. Let me look for a page. Let me look for my page. So let me look for my page. So this is my page. I could come here and target people who have visited just this particular page. So let it load. Let me show you. Good. So this is my page, right? This is the page I use for my lead generation to sell out my course. I could come and target only people who have visited this page. So all I need to do is just paste it here, Control V, and that's all. I'm done, right? I can come here and then this is another important thing. I want to check how many days ago did they visit that particular page. So what I like to do is if I just started selling something now, it has not been up to 90 days, then I select 30 days. But if I want to do, and maybe I'm selling an offer that I feel everybody who already knows me would like to get on that offer. Maybe it's a 1,000 a 2,000 or a $2 offer, right? I could, as much as possible, target the highest number of days. And the highest number for your website, I think, is 180. Let me be sure. Yeah, for your website, the maximum you can go is 180 days. So anybody who has visited my website for the last 180 days, basically will be targeted will be added to this custom list, right? I don't think it's 360, but let me be sure. Here it says, so you can see it's 180 days. So I can just put 180 days. So it depends on what I want to do. Again, if I'm doing a hot offer and I'm doing retargeting and I want people who has visited this specific pages, I could come and say, okay, I want just people who have visited in the last 7 days. So that Facebook keeps showing people, anybody that has visited in the last 7 days, keep showing them my ad. If it's more than 7 days, don't show them because I'm retargeting them, right? So I will talk more about this when I'm talking about in the next video where we're discussing retargeting. So let's move on for now. Now you could refine. You could refine. Refine is like excluding. So probably let's talk about how you can refine it, right? Or by the way, you could actually target more than one page at the same time. You could actually add more than one page to your custom list at the same time. Now you could refine by, this is a refine. You could refine by device. You could refine by aggregated value. So I'll usually tell you to just don't bother yourself about this. This is not important. And then even the device, if you should really not bother about it. These are not really important stuff. But then if you don't want people with iOS to be in your custom audience, that's something you could come here and add them. So let's say we excluded people who are as you just, sorry, you are including only iOS people because you are refining. This is the, of all these people who visit your website, only people with iOS devices will see this ad, will be retargeted and stuff like that. So you could do that, but to me, this is not something I usually touch. I don't use it at all. So now if you want to exclude a certain type of people from, this is where you come to. If you want to exclude any type of people, this is where you come to. So you could come here and say people who have visited, let's say people, let's put this into context, right? Some people came here to this my page, and then some of them bought, some of them did not buy. No, I want to now exclude people who bought. I could just come back here and then people who visited specific page. So let's say everybody who bought was then taken to a thank you page. I could now come here and then again do the same thing, simply add my thank you page. So let's assume that this is my thank you page. I'm just going to create something just right. This page doesn't exist, but let me just do it. Thank you. So I'm just assuming that anybody who bought something on this page were taken to a thank you page. So I don't want people who have already bought to see it, right? So I will just add everybody who has visited my thank you page to this particular list, right? And so once I've done this, everybody who, Facebook will target every single person who Facebook will create a custom audience, of course, of every single person who visited this page, but it will exclude every single person who had reached this page automatically. I don't even show them my ads. So that way I'll be saving a lot of money. And so once you're done like this, all you need to do is come here and give it a name. So I can say my 2-day Facebook ads train. Then I can say excluding, I can and then add this in the description, of course, excluding thank you page visitors. So, oh, S-I-S-I-E-O-R-S. Okay. So this helps me, of course, understand what this page is about, right? And all I need to do is create audience, right? So this is how an audience is created. So because I'm still going to go back and do another example using Facebook page, I am not going to save this for now. I don't want to have, I already have so many custom audiences. So all you need to do is just create it. So I'm going to use the last one to show you what lookalike audience looks like. But for now, let's pause here, and then we'll do the second example, which is on how to okay, let's do the second example. All right, now we want to create a custom audience of people who have watched the video, right? Who have watched the video. So we are going to look at people who have watched the video. So let's say we have a particular video, our video has gone viral, or we ran an ad with a particular video. We want to now target those who seemed very interested in our video. The next thing you click on is next. Then you want to choose engagement type, right? This is video engagement, right? You want to choose engagement type. So are we talking about people who have viewed at least 3 seconds of your video? We want to see people who have viewed at least 10 seconds of your video, people who have completed or viewed at least 50 seconds, 15 seconds of your video. So this is known as true play, right? So of course, somebody who watches 95% of your video definitely loves what you're saying more than somebody who watched 3% of your video. So depending on how much you want to create this audience of, right, how much of how do I put it now, of the type of people you want. So let's say you only want those who were super interested and have maybe reached where your offer is in the video, right? So let's say your offer came at maybe halfway through the video. So you want to target only people who have watched at least up to 50% of your video. So you could come here and just click on people who have watched 50% of the video. So definitely Facebook would create a custom audience of people who have watched okay, who have watched 50% of your video, right? That is what is going to do, right? So if they've watched 50, 60, anything above 50%, Facebook will create a custom audience of them. So all you will need to do is to come here and choose your video. So once you click choose your video, it will depend on you. You have to select the Facebook page. In my case, this is the page I am using. I don't have any video on this particular page, so let's check out a page I am using. Let's see if I have a video here. Okay, so I have a couple of videos here. You can see this particular video, about 279 people have watched 3 seconds of the video. So there are multiple videos. This one I have nobody who have watched it. So it doesn't even make any sense to target them because nobody have watched it. But assuming it had gone very viral, I could use this. Let me see if another one that has a higher number of watch time. Where is it? Let me see. Okay, 0, 0, 56, 9. So again, this one does not have a lot of people. Which other one? Let me see. So I'm just trying to find something that has a huge number. So typically, you should not even use this type of custom audience if nobody has watched what it is you're selling, right? It will not help you in any way. Okay, so let me try this. I ran some ads with videos before, so that's what I'm just trying to look for, which page has that ad. So obviously I can't find it here. So by the way, this same thing you're doing for Facebook is the same thing you could do for your Instagram. You understand, you could use Instagram as well. Same way, you target your video could come from your Instagram account, right? If you have an Instagram account, let me show you. You could do the same thing. If you have a video you've uploaded to your Instagram account, you could pick it from Instagram. Okay, I think this is where I really ran it. You can see this one has 432, this has 400, and so on, right? You could pick from your Instagram account. Let's see. Okay, this one has no videos. This has no videos as well. So I'm just going to pick one. Let me pick it from my Instagram account. Let's pick this one. So I could just select it as my video, which I want to use. And I click on confirm and I'm done. Now the next thing you want to do is come with your retention. Like how far back should Facebook go, right? Should it look for people who have watched it for the last, should it get together people who have watched this video in the last 365 days? Or do you want people who have only watched in the last 30 days or the last 90 days? But the highest you could go here is 365. For example, let's try that. Let's say 370. You see that it doesn't go more than that, right? It cannot be higher than 365, all right? So 365 is 1 year. So you're saying anybody who has watched this video, up to 50% of this video in the last 1 year should be a part of my custom audience. So the next thing you want to say is you want to name the video, maybe 1K strategy. 1K strategy video view. Sorry, you're naming the custom audience. You can say 365 retention. All right, and then you just go ahead to save it. So you can add a description here. People who have watched my video, 50% of the video. You could just do that here as well. Just making sure 50% view, 50% view. All right, so and you're done, right? And you just come here and click create audience. So you're done. Now this is how you create a video engagement custom audience. So again, you know the importance of this is that these guys are people who have engaged in this video, right? They've watched 50% of this video. You could also pick people who have watched lesser than that. Most of the time, Facebook advises you to target anybody who has watched at least 15% and above. They don't usually target this. It's not useful to them. They prefer people who have targeted who have watched up to 15% of your video, right? So the next thing you just do is create. So again, I'm not going to create this because I still have one more I'm going to show you. So let's go back. Let's go back. So let's say this time we want people who have engaged with our page, right? We want to create a custom audience of people who have engaged with our page, right? So let's go to, we select our Facebook page. Either we are using Facebook or Instagram, basically the same thing. But most people are, they do this mostly with Facebook. So let's look at Facebook. The next thing you want to do is click on next. And this one is really, really simple. You pick which page you want. Now, one beautiful thing about this is anybody who has clicked your ad, who has seen your ad, who has interacted with your ad, liked, clicked, shared, they are all going to fall under this particular thing, right? So, but again, depending on what event you choose. So you have multiple events. So the first thing you want to do first is pick your page. So this is where you come here and you select which page you want. So for me, I'm selecting this one, Sean Teaches Sales and Marketing. The next thing I want to do is come to which particular events do I want? Do I want every single person who has engaged with my page to be in this custom audience, or do I want people who currently like and follow my page? So even if they have, if they are not, I just want this one is just for people who are liking and targeting, sorry, who are liking and following in the page. So if I want to do this, I select this one. If I want people who has checked out the page, maybe they didn't like, but they've at least visited the page to check to learn more about this page, right? Regardless of the actions, I select this. If I want people who have engaged with any of my ads in the past, in this retention period of 365 days, then I'm going to select this. If I want people who have clicked a call to action, these are people, they just clicked something, they've clicked a call to action. Maybe in my learn more button, they've clicked a call to action. I select this. If I want people who have sent a message, right? They sent a message to my page, I'll select this. If I want somebody who has saved any post from my page, again, I will select this. So depending on what you want to achieve with your custom audience, you could select any of these. But why would you even want to create a custom audience of this book? This is because these people already know your page, they already know your brand, right? So they are, once you create this, anybody in these custom audiences are warm audiences. They are warm audiences. So please take note of that. They are warm audiences, right? Because these people already they've engaged with your page. So again, the same thing you want to do here is to just come and name it. So you can say page engagements. Page engagements, uh, page engagements, 365 days. Again, give it a description that can help you. Now, if you want to exclude people again, you could do the same thing. Probably you want to exclude people who is left to you, right? You could exclude anybody who let's say visited your page. Maybe you don't want them to see it. I don't know why you want that, but you could exclude people again. It's just basically the same thing. You could also include more people, right? You could say, you could pick another page, right? You could have a custom audience of multiple pages. So for me, I have two pages I usually use very well, which is this one and these two. I use them. So I could join them together and create a custom audience of people who have engaged with this page, right? Sorry, let me pause this. All right. So once you're done selecting your pages, the next thing you want to do is create your audience, right? So we're going to create this one. The reason why I'm going to do this is because okay, I'm not going to create this. I think I already have some I've created in the past, so we can use this to just create a lookalike audience. So once you've selected this, all you need to do is, of course, create audience, and you're done. Um, now, let's talk about how you could create lookalike audiences, right? A lookalike audience, like I said, is simply an expanded version of a custom audience. Now, one very, very important thing to note with lookalike audiences are that a lookalike audience is actually a cold audience. A lot of people mistake them for a warm audience. Lookalike audiences are not warm audiences. They are a cold